you ever noticed when you felt like your voice didn't matter? Like your vision you had for your life or your community was way too big or impossible to achieve? What did you do? Did you just stay silent or did you speak up? At this time of this taping, it happens to be Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And I would like to just share a story about Dr. King, who was someone who faced these very same feelings and thoughts of their voice may not have didn't matter or their vision was too big. See, Dr. King wasn't always a confident leader. As we know for history books, you could do your own homework. Early on in his life, he doubted whether he could make this an impact, whether he can make an impact. As he faced injustices around himself, he realized his voice did matter. And not just for him, but for millions of others that he needed to show. He had a vision of the world where we can have equality, we can have justice, love, and more dreams that we can ever have, and that they can be a reality. And despite the fear and the opposition and the countless challenges that he faced, he used his voice to bring that vision to life. And one moment stands out very, very, very famously to us all, possibly, is the I Have a Dream speech. Standing before millions of people, he painted a picture of what could be, not just for himself, but for the future of generations to come. His words weren't just powerful, they were transformative, so much transformative that we're still using that speech today and using pieces of it to cultivate our own lives. See, the lesson here is I want us to take from this story, take from Dr. King's story. We don't need to have all the answers or know how things will turn out. We just need to take the first step to honor our voice and to hold tight to that vision. He knew it was something about himself. He knew it was something that he was chosen to do. And he knew it wasn't just about him and just his family or his community. It was about expanding it. And today, as we reflect on Dr. King's legacy, we're going to explore how you can honor your own voice, your own vision, just like he did. Whether you're facing challenges or doubts, I want you to look at this episode and let it give you the tools that you need to take the first steps to create a life of impact. Maybe in your own community, maybe in your backyard. It may be something that you are going to do in life. But I want you to realize that there's something about you that can make an impact with your voice. Hi, I'm Dr. Cheryl Clarke, and welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your first time here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, a communication coach, and the founder of Speak Your Power Now Academy. And I help people to discover their authentic voice, break through the barriers of what may be holding them back to reach their true potential. And in today's topic, we're going to dive into honoring our voice and our vision. And whether you are working towards a personal goal, building a business, or seeking more clarity in your life, your voice and your vision are the greatest tools that you can lead towards being successful. Now, before I get started, I just want to note I'm not in replacing your therapist, your coach, your mental health professional. But what I am here is to provide you with the practical schools, tools, real world strategies, and the support you on your mental health journey. All right, so let's explore. Let's get right into it as we're going to unlock some things and take some action, and then we're going to see what can stick today. So as you know, I usually say get out a journal or something that you can use today to like jot some things down. You know, I have a journal that you can purchase, or you can go ahead and for yourself and get a notebook, whichever it is, to jot down your thoughts. All right. So today, your voice, your vision, and your power is what we're going to cover. So let's start off with the power of your voice. What does that even mean? So your voice is a powerful tool. I believe if you have speech, I believe that you if the gift of speech, you'll be able to cultivate that and be able to speak with power. Now, it's not just about speaking. It's about expressing with power your values, your truth, and your purpose, right? This is about, think about Dr. Martin Luther King. He used his voice to inspire millions and millions of people, still to this day. He spoke from the heart. He spoke where to how to change the world. Use your voice. He used his voice in what matters. So Dr. King once said that our lives began to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Let's say that again. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So that means that how often do you become silent about things that you allow to keep going on and on and on? See, honoring your voice means that I'm recognizing how to inspire others, how to connect with others, and how to create change. Not just for others, not just about yourself, but for other people. See, this is why I created this platform. I know that I have the skill of being a therapist. I know that you can benefit from what I have to teach. So, this is why I come on this channel to do that, to educate, to inspire, to give you some real tools that you can use right away. So, what could happen if you honor your voice in your unique way? I want to specify that your unique way. So, we're going to talk about the authentic self. Using yourself, your authentic self, because a lot of times we don't know what authentic voice is or what it means to be authentic. So, we're going to look at what is authentic. Okay? This word authentic. Now, what does that mean? Honoring your voice is standing in your power, even when you're uncomfortable. Your voice represents your authentic self. So when you suppress it, it can lead to frustration or low confidence. So let's talk about the authentic self because we always talk about this word. And I even say this is what I help people to uncover. It's the way you speak. It's the tone. It's the choice of your words. It's the expression, how you reflect your true identity, and the values that come along with that. So, absolutely, all of this is encompassing the authentic self. So, it looks as what am I choosing to say that's now going to be reflecting of my true identity, the values, my personality, and be able to express that and not hide behind your genuine thoughts or feelings. See, the way you communicate uniquely is yours. And how your feelings or what you're doing or how you're communicating reveals your core beliefs. So, authentically, it's your core beliefs. What am I believing? My core beliefs is I'm going to be able to say to myself how I'm moving in this, and I am not going to be discouraged by anything. And I'm going to be able to say my core beliefs is where I believe in me, and I'm going to say this and not be able to hurt anyone when I do say this. So it's about embracing your true self, your flaws, and everything encompassing. Okay? Embracing the true self, embracing your true self, also embracing the flaws. What I don't like about myself. Because if you can't love yourself, you got to embrace it. You got to embrace all of it. All of it. All of it. Embrace all of it. It's you. It's you. So maybe if you see yourself right now expressing that you need to embrace this, it means that now I need to maybe set boundaries. Maybe I need to share my story in a way and maybe be taught to how to share it powerfully. Speak up in meetings. Speak up to honor your time, your voice, and honor so you can grow stronger. Now, there's a thing that I'm going to show you of how you can move into this, of moving into the power of your voice, right? This is with the voice, the power of your voice. Emotional resilience. Emotional resilience. So okay, let me just write that. So, what is emotional resiliency? So, emotional resiliency is just that. When we lead to overcoming using our voice, the barriers of using our voice, we are going to move into emotional resiliency. Now, this happens when, well, psychology shows that building emotional resiliency, you'll be able to gain and adapt and cope to stressful situations. You're going to be able to gain, adapt to, and cope, sorry, adapt, cope to stressful situations. And then when life has ups and downs, then you can look and see what do I develop? What do I need to develop here when challenges come? When negative thoughts come my way? How can I move forward? Is it stopping me? But when you have emotional resiliency, when it comes your way, when fear comes, judgment comes, past failures, and they attempt to hold you back, those limiting beliefs, you're going to be able to focus on how you can use those small actions to move you into that space. So, what does emotional resiliency involve? First thing it involves how you respond to stressful situations. How do you respond to unexpected situations? How do you adapt to adversity, like Dr. King? How do you adapt to trauma? Dr. King said, I'm going to take a non-violent stance. That was the way he responded to that response to stressful situations. When tragedy happens, when threats happen, when you move through this, you got to be able to tackle and be able to accept that there's a problem happening. Remember, I'm a solution focused therapist. So, already when things are happening, you got to be able to tackle and accept that there's a problem here. Not live through the problem, but how can I live through the adversity and move with life? Because sometimes we're stopped. These barriers stop when we don't have emotional resiliency. So as we keep going physically and psychologically, when something happens tragically or something happens that impede us, how do we now do or what we need to move forward in? And this is where the support system comes out. And this is where emotional resiliency building this happens. Because now you can be able to now protect your mental health, which we all need to protect our mental health. And when depression may try to seep in or anxiety tries to seep in, you can begin to deal with these things. And when increased mental health situations do happen, you can begin to now be able to manage it with this emotional resiliency. And how you go through this is that you can be able to silence the fear. Now, I want you to do this something right now. I want you to talk about, or just in this moment, think of something that you fear, maybe one fear or something that may silence you. And I want you to reframe it. Maybe you fear of failure, so you never go out for the promotion. I want you to reframe it and say, every step I take is a step towards success. Every step I take is a step towards success. Because it's the one you don't take is the one that's hindering you back. So I want you to honor your voice this week. I want you to speak up in a meeting, set a boundary, share a story with someone so you can move through that. Now, the second thing in honoring your vision, your vision, Embracing the vision is Dr. King. Right here, we're going to talk about the vision. And this was all about the voice, right? Now let's talk about the vision. Talk about your vision a little bit. Dr. King's dream, it was very clear, was a powerful vision of equality and justice. Now, what's your vision? I want you to ask yourself. Ask yourself this question. What is my vision? Write that down. Write it down in the chat. Write it down where you are. Write it down. What's my vision? It's a question. You may not even ask yourself this question before. What is my vision? Whether it's a personal vision, whether it's a relationship vision, career, what is your vision? Give your life a direction. Now, there's something that I talked about before in some other videos before, the RAS. And I told you I'm going to go a psychological way. The RAS is called the reticular activating system. Now, the reticular activating system, and I'll just write it down so you guys can, look it up for yourself. I'm putting it here. I told you so a psychological way of doing it. The reticular activating system, okay? Now, I'm sorry. System. All right. Now, when you are putting yourself in here, I want you to see how you can focus on aligning your vision. That's what this is all about. It helps you focus on the opportunities of aligning your vision. When you clarify your vision, you can begin to program your mind to notice the pathways for success. I'm going to say that again. When you clarify your vision, you program your mind, or you can program your mind to notice the pathways to success. So by defining a clear vision of your present and where you want to go in the future, you essentially are training your brain, the RAS, the reticular activating system, to actively seek out and identify the opportunities that will align you with your goals. Make it more likely to achieve those goals. Notice the pathways. Notice the chosen direction you should go in. How many times do we go a certain place and then we don't go left, and then we're supposed to go left, but we don't go left, we go the opposite direction, probably many of times. So when you see your vision clear, the RAS becomes attuned with its stimuli. And then what happens is you are now achieving the goal, making it more noticeable. Because what happens is your reticular activated system now is attuned, because you're tuning it, you're aligning it. And then you're saying, okay, I'm going to make these goals. And then you start to get noticed, the vision. You see in what you see. This is why you suddenly notice that the specific types, you ever notice when you're desiring a specific car or something, and then you're noticing that everywhere you go, you're seeing this car? It's because the RAS is activated. And all those cars around you now, you're seeing the same car because it's activated. So I want you to see how you can apply this particular concept. I want you to create a vision statement for yourself. Take the moment right now, create the vision statement. What do I want to achieve this year? Ask yourself that question. What do I want to achieve this year? How do you want to feel? What impact do I want to make? I desire to make. Write down 3 words that capture this vision. Be very specific. As you visualize, I want you to detail it, because what will happen is that I don't want you a quick fix, but I want you to be able to have a detailed situation. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Just walk with me a little bit. Close your eyes. Imagine the end of the year, what you have achieved. How does it make you feel? How you hold that image in your mind. It's your roadmap. So, like, for example, I could share, you could open your eyes now, but I could share like one part of my vision. This year, my vision is to empower over 10,000 people to discover how to use their voice. Just as I work to honor my own voice, I see myself reaching people. I see myself through platforms, through stages, through the internet, impacting powerful conversations, helping people align their vision with their actions of purpose. Now I want to hear yours. You don't have to tell me everything, but I want you to put something in the chat. I want you to tell me, inbox me, tell me. I would love to hear what you're working towards. What's one part of your vision this year that you could share? And then this is what the Speak Your Power Now Academy is about. It's about allowing yourself to be inspired. It's about understanding how to take bold actions together. See, this is where you can regularly say to yourself, get that affirmation and regularly say to yourself how to reinforce this. Now, this is where you can begin to see how you can train your mind and create that space. You can create a vision board if you're visual, that's fine. Or your journal, I always suspect journals reflecting, that is so great. But it needs to represent consistently having your mind say, I'm working towards something. Now, the last thing, your power. Your power is, let me show you what it is. It's the voice plus the vision equals action, which is essentially your power. Once you put your voice with your vision and action, you're going to have power. See, that's how Dr. King, as we honor his legacy today, it's about honoring the power within yourself. See, your voice and your vision is uniquely yours, like I said. So when you align them with your actions, you create incredible change. Your voice is how you express your power, your truth, your vision, whatever it is. See, that's a bridge. I always talk about a bridge, right? Here's the thing. You don't have to take huge steps. Remember, I said what's already working. Consistency is the key. Those sort of small intentional actions every day leads to those big results. Dr. King said a quote here. He says, faith is taking the first step when you don't see the whole staircase. I love that quote. He is known for saying that. And there's so many images out there for that. Faith is the first step when you don't see the full staircase. And we can always look at that as when you're taking these small, consistent steps. And psychology shows us the habits that you sustain are really tied into your identity. So I want to see your habits that you're forming. So if your vision is for you to be more healthier, then you start 10 minutes out of the day with your movements. Focus on being the person that you prioritize in your life, whichever it is. And we all probably heard about the SMART goals, right? So the SMART goal is this: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That's all a SMART goal is. It's you aligning. You can look this up for yourself, and it'll be in also the workbook. When you look at your goals, and when you look at where you want to grow, I want you to set a goal this week in how you speak. Now, this is all about your voice and moving into your vision. I want to see how you can begin to look at yourself. One small action you could take this week. Align your voice with your vision. Honor your voice. Honor your vision this week. Take the action this week to begin to move on purpose. And I want you to actually see how powerful, and I hope that you see how powerful that this reminds us, that Dr. King reminds us of how powerful our voice can be. Your vision is unique to you. And when you align them with intentional action, you can create a life with purpose. So, this is where I want you to honor yourself. The first step today, whether it's getting a life audit with me, you can go to my website and go and get book one, or honor your voice, your vision by taking an action, by moving into the space. How about you take an action and share this video with somebody? Give it a thumbs up, like, love, give it some hearts. Tell someone that needs this. Go ahead and subscribe. Take the powerful action to say, Dr. Cheryl is over here giving out some really great gems. She's helping along the mental health journey. Let's build a community of voices that our visions can transform the world. All right? So thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and honor your voice, honor this space. I honor you. Thank you so much for showing up. And remember, I always end with this. Sometimes your life is defined by one single moment. Let that moment be today. Until next time.